While the money bonuses this week in GTA Online are not good at all, it is a massive week for car enthusiasts because not only do we have some limited time rare and removed vehicles being featured back into the game, Rockstar is also giving away over $5.5 million worth of cars completely for free. There's 3 DLC vehicles you can pick up right now without spending a single dollar, including a drift truck for some sideways fun, one of the fastest weaponized cars in the entire game, as well as a sports car that can keep up with supercars. I'm going to break down all 3 so you know exactly why you need to claim them before this week's over, how much cash you'll be saving in the process, albeit one of these you do need a little bit of luck on your side. The other 2 are going to be absolutely guaranteed for you to get them within minutes of logging in, and you should not pass up on any of these opportunities this week. So first up, let's talk about that Declassy Walton L35 drift. Now, this is of course based, it's just the drift version of the Declassy Walton L35 stock, and that's a vehicle we received with the Money Fronts DLC during the week of the June 26th weekly update. And that already was based on the normal Declassy Walton L35 that released with the Los Santos Drug Wars DLC, I believe. I think that's when it came out. Maybe it was San Andreas Mercenaries. In fact, actually, it's on here somewhere, right? We should be able to see it. Oh, no, it was San Andreas Mercenaries, not Drug Wars. So this is the original Declassy Walton L35. Then we got the street version with the Money Fronts DLC, and now we have the Drift Walton L35. So it's this same exact vehicle, just with the Drift upgrades applied. Now, you can get this from Simeon's, and it'll cost you $63,650, I believe, this week. The reason for that is, of course, because you have the customized aftermarket livery on there and maybe some extra upgrades like different, wheel paints or something like that. And any customization a vehicle has, whether you get it from Legendary Motor, or excuse me, not Legendary Motorsports, but Luxury Autos, Simeon's, or the LS Carmi Test Track section, then the vehicle will be the cost of the vehicle plus whatever upgrades it has applied. So that's why it actually costs money if you get it from Simeon's. But if you go on to Southern San Andreas Super Autos, you can get it for $0 this week. Normally this is what, 1,493,000, I guess, or 403,000. I don't know if that's a 0 or a 9. Okay, it looks like actually it's 1,403,000. I had to look it up on GTA Wiki just to make sure. So we are going to purchase our very own right here, and we are just going to check out customization options, because if this is anything like the LSCM Cheetah Classic or the LSCM Jester RR, then there should be no extra modifications and stuff like that for this vehicle besides just like some paint and wheel options, stuff like that. But I think we should have good control over this vehicle because it's not an LSCM version, right? So let's just get it in the black color, and we will add it to my Eclipse Boulevard garage. I'm on level 5 right here. And here it is. It has appeared. Now, this is completely bone stock, so what I'm going to do, and we can get a missile lock-on jammer. This is an Amani Tech capable vehicle. That's pretty cool. So, of course, if you guys saw my weekly update guide yesterday, we were able to drive this version around, or I guess it was the car at Simeon's, right? We were able to drive that just to test drive it, but I want to see the customization options if we head on over to Los Santos Customs or the LS Carmi, etc. Now, we should be able to upgrade everything we want at Los Santos Customs anyway, just because this already has the drift upgrades applied. So we should just be able to get everything. What I mean to say is this is already a drift ready car, right? It's not like the normal L35 stock, and then if we turn it into the drift version at the Los Santos Carmi, that's when we get all the upgrade options that start to appear because it's a drift vehicle. I will just say drift vehicles and the rain, I mean, I don't prefer drift vehicles anyway, but man, this thing's handling is like crazy. So let's jump in. Let's see what kind of options we have, because I definitely want to keep this video moving for the other 2 vehicles we have to talk about. So, of course, you can throw on all your armor, which, all right, you know what? Let me just spend all my money customizing it. But let's check out the rear bumpers. We have a couple different options here. 2 diffusers. I'm just going to keep it stock. A bunch of different front bumpers we'll just go through. I don't like any of those, to be honest, either. Some cool exhausts. I do like dual exhaust tips, so let's maybe do just like, maybe not small pipe. Honestly, larger bore exhausts, I want to say, I don't like those either. I may honestly just keep these stock ones too. I like the normal exhaust tips. Explosives, we can mess with all the different fenders and give that wide body look, which I kind of think I want to do. Ooh, I do like this. The drift kit does look pretty nice right there. I'll throw that on. And then you could do the secondary one as well. We have all the different grill options. I must say I do like that, but I don't like how it's the secondary color. Maybe I want to opt for, I don't mind that. The grill with the inserts, different hood options, the twin turbos. If we're going to make this a drift car, let's just make it like the Drift Yosemite with the 2 super protruding twin turbos. You could do bug catchers too. Let's do, yeah, let's, I don't, Yeah, let's just do that. Just expose twin turbos, keep it like that. Different horn options. I'll go with the xenons as usual. The liveries is what I'm really interested in here. What kind of options do we have? Because I think I do want to make a drift vehicle garage. I have one extra free garage that I can put vehicles in, and I could just put random cars, or I can make it a drift garage and do it themed, even though I don't really drive drift vehicles at all. So let's use, I do like the Benny's one. The Benny's one's kind of cool. I also like the skateboard one. Battle damage, let's opt for that. Different plate options. This has no rear plate anyway. This has no license plates at all. So, okay, that's cool. Let's go to primary metallic, and I want to do, how does purple looks kind of funky. I do like the shafter purple with that. I think I want to put the shafter purple on there, but I want to see if we do like a hot pink, racing blue, bubblegum could be kind of cool, normal blue. Did I go past the pink? No, I didn't. Hot pink, no, that's too much. Yeah, let's do that. And then pearlescent, we could do bright purple, looks good. How about a blue with the purple? Would that be too much? I don't know. I'm really bad at making this truck look good. I don't really care how it looks, to be honest. I just wanted a drift truck. I just wanted to show off all the customization, right? It is what it is. This is definitely not a vehicle customization I am approving of here for myself. All the different spoiler options. Always gotta go. I feel like on the Yosemite 2, I did sort of like a lip spoiler like that. Nothing too big. Maybe throw a sun strip on there as well. There's all the other ones. And then suspension, we can even lower it. Wow, we can get this thing so low to the ground. That's crazy. Let's do it like there, maybe. Just, let's go with street. And then different truck beds. I think I do want outer cage. If I don't have an interior cage, I don't think I need the outer cage, but let's do it. Because then I'll put the normal roll cage in here, and let's do the rally cage. And then we also have windows, limo tint on that as usual. The wheels, okay, so I have no idea what wheels to put on a drift truck like this, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like the normal stock wheels. They look fine to me. Let's just rock this. This is how it is. I just wanna test it out real fast. Oh, good. The rain is ending, so that's fantastic. So yeah, let's just see what this thing's like as we just drive around. There should be less rain now, so we can get the normal drift ability of this type of vehicle without it being completely uncontrollable, because it's also raining at the same time for even less grip. Let me know what you guys think of drift vehicles in the comments below. I'm never just driving around in one of these vehicles for the sake of driving around. I'm literally only using this vehicle to show it off for the video. So when I hop in a car, I actually want it to handle well and be able to take a corner, but it is fun. I also just don't know how to drift using drift vehicles in this game. You know, I'm just so used to drifting normally in this game, and then Rockstar added these drift vehicles, and I could see the appeal. It is kind of fun. You know, when I play the game, I normally grind missions and stuff, and this is basically unusable for missions, so it is what it is. But that is the Declassy Drift Walton L35. If you want another drift vehicle, I mean, you might as well add this to your garage, right? Now, it's getting a little bit late in the day out, so the color scheme on this vehicle probably isn't looking the best. When it's normally clear skies and super sunny weather, dang, red tiger on this vehicle looks absolutely insane. This is the Declassy Weaponized Tampa, and of course, this is the podium vehicle for the week, so you do need to get lucky to win it, or just cheese the wheel to unlock it. This will normally cost you $2,108,050 or $1.585 million with the trade price on Warstock. Performance-wise, this is one of the fastest weaponized vehicles in GTA Online. It's going to be slightly quicker than the standard Tampa in the game. It's all-wheel drive, so you get great stability over all terrain, whether it's bumps, curbs, off-road, all that type of stuff. Medium speed, though, I think you'll have a little bit of oversteer, which is funny because it is all-wheel drive. It should, you know, kind of claw at the ground and maybe have understeer at, you know, traveling at like a medium speed, but it is what it is. You get excellent ramming power, you know, for this kind of vehicle because it's heavy. Check this out. It's got a bunch of increased weight. So, I mean, we're going head on into that massive Mercedes right there and still carrying a decent bit of momentum. It's not like we're driving like a massive, you know, semi-truck or something, but it's still okay. Lighter vehicles, you'll be just fine. Let's talk about weaponry. You get the fixed minigun. That's going to be forward-facing, provides high damage. That'll destroy vehicles quickly. You also get the dual swiveling miniguns as an upgrade, which is what I'm using. So if we switch to that right here, you get full 360-degree coverage. These miniguns have a fire rate of 1,500 rounds per minute, so faster than the normal minigun that you'd get stock with it if you upgrade to this one. This is going to shred all different players apart, unarmored vehicles in seconds. You do have a limited amount of elevation. This is as high as you can look up, so that's going to make hitting aircraft targets a little bit tricky, but you know, you have to be a psycho to target aircraft with this thing, I think, in my opinion. Let's check out what else you have. You have missile launchers. This is also an upgrade option. So you get 4 front-mounted missile launchers, 20 missiles in total. They have no lock-on. They do huge amounts of damage. You can completely blow up this car if you fire this too close to a vehicle or if you fire it up a hill or something like that. So, you know, if you're driving this, be careful braking, because then your vehicle's nose is going to dip down and you may blow yourself up from that. Then you also have the rear mortars. Franklin, I don't need your phone call right now. Now we have the rear mortar. Actually, here, let me showcase to you the missiles real quick, because I didn't really kind of go through and show you. You can just spam these all day long until you run out and you'll be just fine. Now you have the rear mortars. These are 2 trunk-mounted mortar launchers. Short range, adjustable firing distance, probably about 25 meters, I'd say. These are going to be ideal for enemies that are chasing you. So, oh, and you also have the proximity mines as well. I forgot to mention those. Those are driver deployed, stronger than the handheld mines. Obviously, I think you can only have 5 active at once, just like every other vehicle in the game that drops mines. And again, they can damage your own car if you're not helpful. But back to the mortars. Let me just switch back to those. So with these, like I said, short range, 25 meters, ideal for people who are chasing you. And again, you have 20 rounds, so you can launch those behind you. And so if you're stopped, let's see if I can take that car out on the street. Not really. That's a lot less. So you definitely want to be driving and launching these behind you, because you'll, you know, the mortar will basically land at that same point, but you'll be further away, so you'll have less risk of blowing yourself up. The Declassy Weaponized Tampa is absolutely worth it at full price anyway, so if you can get it for $0 by spinning the lucky wheel this week at the Diamond Casino and Resort, you are going to be good to go. The only other thing I forgot to mention, and I apologize about kind of being scatterbrained in this video. I'm all hyper from my second cup of coffee today. I was super tired. I drank another cup of coffee, and then now I think I'm too energetic. So I'm finding it hard to get all my thoughts out in this video without notes. But either way, the one thing I forgot to mention with the Weaponized Tampa is, despite this thing being one of the best weaponized vehicles in the entire game, or the most weaponized, I should say, with all the different options, it's also super weak. It's a glass cannon. You only could take 1 explosive round and you're gonna blow up from it anyway. So if you use this thing in PvP, you're gonna get taken out really fast from players. If you use this thing in PvE, it's just fine, because, you know, most of the time enemies aren't shooting explosives at you, pretty much ever, right? But this thing isn't armored at all, so that's obviously the major drawback of this thing. But it's still worth owning because of how weaponized it is. Okay, so of course it is nighttime, and it's going to be probably kind of hard to see the customization options on this, but I figured, you know what, it's almost not even worth waiting until the daytime, because you can just get this car yourself, and I would recommend you get it and customize it how you like. So this is the Calico GTF. You can get it for $1,995,000 normally, or $1,496K with the trade price on Southern San Andreas Super Autos. But this is this week's LS Car Meet prize ride, and you can unlock it for $0 by placing top 4 in LS Car Meet Series races for 2 consecutive days in a row. So you're getting a $2 million car just for playing a drag race with 1 other player for 2 days in a row, and you will get this vehicle. So I have it customized with black, and then I have bronze wheels on here. I didn't know if I should go with dark copper or bronze. I was in my auto shop and these look good, and now I don't like how they are at night, but also just outside in general. But I think I'll just keep it. It is what it is. I recustomized it. I had it like all white. This is a vehicle that players love for the auto shop contract finales. I use the Dominator ASP a lot just because I love that SVT Mustang Cobra R, but a lot of players love this Toyota Celica, and this is definitely one of the faster sports cars in the game. You can keep up with supercars when you fully upgrade it. It's all-wheel drive, so you're going to launch super hard off the line. It's going to handle corners really well, stays planted even when it's raining out, so it's great for races that aren't just in sunny weather. The braking is pretty strong, but if you try and brake while turning, it's not going to be great. So I would just keep that in mind. That's not the vehicle's best trait. Doesn't really drift well without low grip tires. Off-road, it's actually kind of decent. If you don't lower the suspension, you actually end up getting a lot of good ground clearance for those small obstacles, but cornering is going to suffer on loose terrain despite it having all-wheel drive. I would just say in general, it's a great all-rounder for cruising or racing. Just watch out if you jump this thing. Landings are going to make the steering on this car very unpredictable. So I'm going to take it around the track. I want to see if I can beat maybe a 2-minute 50-second time. 3, 2, 1 to start my stopwatch. Let's go. You can see this car hooks up right away. All 4 wheels clawing at the pavement. This thing has no problem launching. There wasn't a single bit of wheel spin or slippage right there. And let me tell you, actually, I said I want to beat 2 minutes 50 seconds. We could probably beat 2 minutes 45 seconds with this vehicle, but I'm actually not used to the driving on it. It's been a while since I've driven it. And you can see, like, out of any vehicle in the game that's all-wheel drive, you know, a lot of players make a big deal out of cars in this game, whether it's rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, or, you know, an occasional front-wheel drive car. Most cars are going to be rear-wheel drive in GTA. All-wheel drive cars are probably second most popular. That being said, on a lot of them, you don't really notice how much understeer they have. It is what it is for those cars. With this one, you really notice that understeer. It's not... Oh, this is gonna ruin the time. It's not bad. It's just... It is heavy on this car. Like, it's very apparent, is what I should say. Like, the car doesn't have a bad understeer characteristic, but you notice the all-wheel drive to the point of it almost being sort of like a negative with this car, I guess, because if it was rear-wheel drive, I feel like it wouldn't have bad traction. It wouldn't be spinning out all over the place. So does the all-wheel drive help you as much as you would want it to? Like, because you can just, like, if you can anticipate the fact that this thing doesn't have the tightest steering and the tightest turning radius, then this is a potent vehicle to be using. It's super fast, super quick. I love driving it. The driving feel is nice, but even just in that situation right there, I was wondering if I should brake, because I was like, wow, this thing isn't able to turn, and I was almost going to crash into that car. You can see we're not having any oversteer. I mean, the rear end slipped out just very slightly those 2 times in a row, but besides that, like, that's as far as the car will step out on you. It's very predictable. You're not all of a sudden going to lose handling, but I will say, the more I'm taking these sharp corners, because this is my usual test track when I test out, you know, the podium vehicle or the prize ride for the week, just because there's a lot of winding turns. You're going up and down elevations, so you can really see what the vehicle is like in practice. Of course, I'm just doing this in the free roam. I don't need to make my own test track for this because, I mean, yeah, if you're using this car racing, you're going to be driving in perfect conditions, but most players are just going to be using this to get around the map. And so I want to have an accurate test of, like, in real world application and in practical terms, is this vehicle good? And I would say absolutely it is. This is definitely a car, an LS Tuner's vehicle, that I would recommend you purchase anyway. And so the fact that you can get it for $0 this week is awesome. You can get that Declassy Drift Walton for $1.4 million. You can get this for $2 million. You can get the Weaponized Tampa for a couple million as well. $5.5 million on vehicles for absolutely free this week is great. And we're gonna beat it. 2-minute 41-second time, even with that crash. If I didn't go head on into that vehicle and crash, I would have gotten a 2-minute 36, 2-minute 30-second time. We probably shaved off, or would have shaved off 3 or 4 seconds had I not crashed right there. But 2 minutes 41 seconds on this car around that test track is not bad at all. This is the Calico GTF, ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd free vehicle of the week, and it's absolutely one you want to make sure you can add to your garage. With all that said, we're going to be wrapping everything up right there. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Drop a like if you guys did go on to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more GTA Online content just like this. Check out my YouTube shorts, TikToks, Instagrams, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv for more GTA Online live streams. And we'll see you guys with a brand new video tomorrow. Huge one coming out on Saturday, along with Sunday as well. I think you guys will greatly enjoy those. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.